Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
The weekend, with police using rubber bullets and tear gas, and President Donald Trump announcing the deployment of 2,000 members of the National Guard to disperse demonstrators.
My husband's a soldier overseas as we speak, and I'm a veteran. So this angers me.
Peaceful demonstrations began Friday afternoon after federal immigration agents detained dozens of people amid Trump's crackdown on immigration. Demonstrators gathered outside the Metropolitan Detention Center in downtown LA. But as day turned to night, clashes flared, and they continued into Saturday, not only downtown, but around 10 miles southeast in Paramount, California. Officers in tactical gear and gas masks lined the streets and attempted to disperse the crowds. Helicopter cameras captured the moment a car went up in flames amid the chaos. Over at the detention center, protesters held a rally Saturday evening. Police emerged through a gate of the building and eventually fired off rubber bullets, flashbangs, and tear gas, leaving the streets engulfed in white smoke. President Trump, meanwhile, has deployed the National Guard to control what he has called violent insurrectionist mobs online, sparking tensions with Democratic California Governor Gavin Newsom, who called the deployment of troops purposefully inflammatory and warned it would only escalate the situation.
Well, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm behooved. I must have been too busy to see what was going on. It's a whole dang a war going on in LA, West Coast. Listen, man, OG PIRU, you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We out there, right out here in the midst of it, brother.
What the heck is going on? I'm trying to get some sleep. I can't even. It's too many. It's stuff blowing up and everything else.
Oh man, you know what? California was called a sanction state, and they weren't illegals were allowed to come and hover in California. And the president made a power move and sent ISIS this week in to arrest certain people that they felt were not part of this system. And the Mexican population stood up on it. They band together, and they were downtown Los Angeles, and they got a lot of Home Depots out. And in Paramount, California, at the Home Depot, ISIS came and tried to arrest some of the illegals, some of the day workers out there. And Compton, California, Linwood, California, all the Hispanics in that area banned and put up a blockade against the police, and the police had to send for the National Guard. And even to this morning, they had the U.S. Army out in full force. But the irony of them sending the Army and the National Guard, every National Guard and Army that I saw, they were Mexicans too.
Oh, no, say it ain't so.
You know, so it's just like when Fidel Castro took over Cuba in 1959 against Batista, and he went in the hills and he brought down 2,100 of the refugees from out of the hills of Cuba to come over and take over. And so when Batista put the army up against these revolutionaries, half of the revolutionaries, the army, they were related. And the army turned on Batista, and that's how Fidel Castro took over Cuba. By the same mannerism, all of these guys that are coming to California and they think that they're sinking the army on them, they have the same relatives in Mexico, in Guadalajara. So you think they're going to really go against it? Ain't just like a white army anymore, you know. So it's a hell of a situation. But the thing that really trips me out, that now the Hispanics are saying that blacks aren't doing enough. We're not supporting them, right? But where are you at when we need need the support.
Oh, gee, wait a minute. So you telling me this all over a green card? They don't have any paperwork, or what's going on?
Oh, 90% of these illegals, they don't have any paperwork. And Trump just signed an order that just because you're born in California, if your people are illegals, you're born illegal too. You don't have
Whoa.
mandatory citizenship anymore. So this is the big thing that, they come over here and have children and they've never been citizens, but the children become citizens just because they were born in America, just because they were born in California. Trump just put a executive order making it that no, just because you were born here, don't make you a citizen of America.
Wow, really? I didn't even know. Boy, you putting me up on game. So you telling me Trump done took the citizenship back even if they was born here?
Even if they were born here, and I'm like, he's so vicious now, and you got to understand the racism of this is that he's saying this, but then he didn't. Trump, his administration, in the same order, they just put a ban on 12 Black African nations that they can't have visas, they can't come in this country. But you didn't put no bans on Russia, you didn't put a ban on Europe or France, but African nations, you didn't put 12 countries that cannot have a visa, they cannot come to America and have a ban on blacks of the world.
Well, I'm distraught because when you look at all of the way that it's looking like bombs and people are slinging pipe, that the bottles with the gas in them, with they throw it and the tear gas is flying everywhere.
Cocktail.
Yeah, what you call it?
Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, that's what they do. A Molotov cocktail. You told me that the other day on that thing with Puffy. So these people is out here really trying to do each other some harm. The police cars getting beat up. They not letting you in, and they don't want to go. What do you think will be the solution at the end of this, man?
This is what you call a revolutionary spirit. They're not like Negroes. They're not walking down the street talking about we shall overcome. They're using violence with violence, and they're willing to take a life in order to create a life. So that's a spirit that you cannot deal with. So no matter what you do, when you're willing to die for something, can nobody do anything to you? That man. So they're putting another perspective on what we wouldn't do. They are showing us what you should do in order to get the attention of America.
OG, so when you look at these people and they having children over here, do you agree with that? Sending them back? We don't know, man. That's some of your high profile people too that are here. That can be anybody at this point because they've been having kids over here for years and they've been claiming citizenship. And if just,
I was just telling one of my friends the other day about it's a documentary on this basketball player, and I can't think of his name, but they got a documentary. His people were from Nigeria, right? And they moved out of Nigeria and moved to Greece. He grew up in Greece. His other two sons were born in Greece, right?
Right.
And he went to school and he became a hell of a basketball player. And the scouts started getting him, and when America saw him and they tried to recruit him, they tried to bring him in America, but all them years since he was a baby in Greece, he was not a Greece citizen, right?
Right.
And his people citizens, no matter how long they stood there, they weren't citizens. So they tried to go back to Nigeria. When they went back to Nigeria, since they hadn't been in Nigeria in that long of a time, they didn't have citizenship in Nigeria either. So they didn't even have a country. If you go to Russia and your visa expires in 90 days, you go to prison for 30 years.
Wow.
In China, you'll get executed for espionage. America is the only place that you can come and not be a citizen forever.
Wow. Wow. So it looks to me like this thing is spiraling out of control. But I guess Trump has a way that he's wanting to see this thing play out. And it's going to start with ISIS and it's going to end with ISIS in his eyes, correct?
And he's trying, his words is making America great again. America is not great right now. With all these foreign entities, we're so polluted. When it was black and white, we had control. Now you got everybody else, and we're out of control. Blacks have no.
Oh, gee, you can't say. Wait. First of all, you can't stop other people from coming over to this country if they do it the right way.
Yes, you can.
Why would you do? I mean, we wouldn't be the country we are if we hadn't let a lot of people come in here and work with other people, man. So I don't agree with that at all.
I don't care what you.
I don't agree with that at all. You need everybody got to join hands. Like once again, little black boys and little white girls and all of the little Chinese people and Asian people.
That sounds like an accusation of rape to me. No, ain't no, and we ain't held hands yet.
Yeah, we have held hands.
We ain't worked out. Well, where's Negro land? Since you didn't put all this in, and we didn't got so together, and we're such a cohesive country. Where can we go for someplace for us?
Atlanta, down to Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta is a gang of gays in Atlanta.
Wait a minute, OG, you can't say that. You can't say that, OG. Atlanta got a lot of stuff going on, but that's why the blacks hang out at, OG.
So that's where the locks hang out. There's so many free spirits in Atlanta. It's scared to walk.
So, OG, you tell me you wouldn't move to Atlanta?
Not on your life.
Oh, so you
still got to wear a mask. They say COVID is over, and you don't know who you're talking to. They spreading AIDS everywhere.
What the heck? OG. So OG, what? Okay, so they finna tear LA. They finna tear LA up, and then they coming over to Compton. They finna tear LA up, then they coming over to Compton, where you at, and they finna start tearing this stuff up. You better be prepared.
They already tore up Compton. We done already lost it. We got so many Mexicans in Compton. We don't have nothing to look forward to. So it's a done data.
So you tell.
Yeah, they got a big movement going on right now, and they're pressing a line, and I'm really impressed with what they're doing because they're not backing down, bro.
So you're impressed by the people who ISIS coming to get. You liking the way that they trying to figure out a way not to be. Yes, so you're watching the strategy. So how does this play out? How does this end? Where does this end?
It ends because one thing about with ISIS, with the army, it's just a job. There's a difference when it's my life and just your job. You only have your job for 8 hours. I do my life 24 hours a day. So we have whole different goals. So I believe that somebody's going to have to back down. It's not going to be that kind of killing that's going on. And I believe that their population is going to prevail here, and it's coming to Texas and San Antonio.
No, it ain't coming to Texas. It ain't coming to Texas.
Oh, is it? Okay, you'll be on CNN next week.
So you think that they gonna leave LA and come down to Texas because we got a lot of Hispanics here.
You got a lot of Mexicans down there.
What? What's the difference, OG?
The Mexicans is from Mexico. I don't know where is Hispanic. Where is Hispanic? Hispanic. That's a name somebody made up. If you're from Mexico, you're a Mexican. If you're from Spain, you're a Spaniard. If you're from Guatemala, you're a Guatemalan. I don't know who a Hispanic is.
I got it. I got you, OG. So I like I said, these guys, man, LA, man, y'all got to be safe over there, man, in Compton too, man. Y'all got to be safe, man.
we just got to be steadfast and mind our business. And when they kick off, we should be kicking off on a whole nother direction. Like this, we were just discussing this morning on KGLH about George Floyd and how everybody came in and helped blacks on George Floyd. Now the George Floyd movement, and it was a black movement about police killing blacks. Now, everybody profited from the George Floyd but blacks. The LGBTQ, they got a federal order that you can't do nothing to them. Then Biden gave $50 million to the Asian community. What did blacks get out of George Floyd?
Wow. Wow.
They still killing blacks. The law for stop killing blacks never went down. Everything that was down about George Floyd is just a name. Everybody profits off of us but us.
Wow. OG, with that being said, man, I'm just going to tell you to be safe out there. If you're out there riding and you can't go down a route because they shooting or throwing bombs, all kind of what you call them, Mazel Tov cocktails. What did you call it?
Molotov cocktails.
If they throwing the Molotov cocktails, go the other way, OG. That's all I can tell you, because it looks pretty horrible from what we seeing down here. It doesn't look like it's safe up there right now. And I'm telling you right now, you need to duck and go on back over there, because they got some stuff over there bigger than anything that you could get your hand on. ICE is not playing out there, man.
Well, one thing about it, if they throw something, I'm throwing back.
Well, man, thank you, man. Hey, guys, make sure you guys get in the comments. Let us know what you seeing when it comes down to this movement. You heard what OG said. He's seeing this up close and personal. Mexicans against Mexicans. Some of them work for ISIS. Some of them getting off of work. Some of them throwing at the police cars. This is what's going on out there. Get in the comments. What do you guys think about this? Is this making America great again? Thanks for watching, man. And if you're still there, look at this video right here. This is the one where it talks about Massey. Massey got we're narrowing down to 5 days before his birthday. And basically, we're telling you details. Some people are alleging it's going to be a private party to celebrate his birthday, guys. Get in the comments. Let us know what you think about that as well. But watch the video to see details. Boss Talk 101 reviews.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.